Hey, don't get anxious, get prepared. Welcome to the replay. I am your career engineer, and thank you for tuning in with us live or later right here on this very platform that you're watching today. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow us so you don't miss anything that happens here on Mondays at 12 noon East Coast time. Again, while we're here live with you today, we will be taking your live questions here. Just put them in the comment and I'll reach out to them. Those of you who catch me later, I'll catch your questions too and your comments. Just put them in the comments and we'll be able to respond. Of course, tcenow.com is where you can find me and all the things we do to help you to not be anxious, but to be prepared. Today is pretty cool. I'm going to talk about, there's a poll I did on my LinkedIn profile, and it was interesting. I did it on LinkedIn and I also did it on Facebook. And it was interesting what you guys shared. I mean, because I want to know what would keep you from quitting today. And in fact, that's what we're talking about today. I want to, and from that poll, and of course, just dealing with the research that came up, it was like, what would keep you from quitting your job today? Like that is the ultimate question. Because as I'm meeting people and talking to them, and you guys are reaching out to us, folks are asking me that question. I'm like, I want to leave here. What do I need to do? I've been here too long, or I'm not appreciated, and all those things. So I said this would be a really good topic to get into for our 12 noon. So don't go anywhere. You guys know how I love pushing these buttons, but we're going to be right back, jumping right into that topic. What would keep you from quitting? So all of you who are thinking about it, or those of you who, well, let's see, what is the employers, please pay attention. This might give you some answers. Excellent. So we are back, and I'm looking forward to having this real conversation because it's needed. And I know it's a different season for a lot of folks right now, but to the employers in the house, I just want you to pay attention and see what the folks are saying. What's going on, so you can make some adjustments. And if this goes the way I think it's going to go, because it did it with the other ones, everything that we can talk about, you can fix. I mean, they're fixable, they're doable. It just takes some creative management, really. And again, if you have questions or comments live or later, please put them in here. So from my poll, my little unofficial poll, but LinkedIn and Facebook, in addition to me reading all the literature and things that I'm hearing on the other places and spaces, this is what you guys said when I said, what would keep you from quitting? Give me a couple of points, not 20, but give me your top four. This is what happens. This is one big thing was this flexibility. If there is zero flexibility, I quit. Now, earlier today, I did one of my little TCE check-in push-ups, and we came up with another question about this. But the term of flexibility, and for a lot of folks, it's all about being able to work from home, right? To have that was a big stick. I mean, a big carrot, I should say, not a stick. Almost a stick if you're not offering it, but it's a nice immediate response. It feels good. I mean, hey, I can get more done at home. We had, of course, the pandemic to think about, but then post-pandemic, okay, not post-COVID, but post-pandemic, since a lot of companies did a really big pivot, to take care of things. Now, as we're moving forward, what do we do with this? And some folks have rescinded the flexibility that was there to get through this terrible situation we were in. So you all said in my poll and in the research also have used from different sources, very well-known sources. If there was no flexibility, folk were out the door. This was like a deal breaker. Like I quit. Now, flexibility can mean different things to different employers. Sure, work from home is one, but there's other things. Like some folks at least wanted a hybrid option, or at least to create a telework or commute option. Others was how you use your personal time. Other flexibility was shift work, like different ways that you can work. Is it all 9 to 5? There's some creativity. Some were 4-day work weeks as opposed to 5-day work weeks. So there were different examples of flexibility, even with those who had to work nights and weekends, that you shouldn't work every weekend. Like there should be a way to have some flexibility to do those things to empower the workforce. So flexibility is broad, but when there was nothing, like this is the way it is, and this is the way it's always been, and this is the way it's going to stay, folks said bye. And they did it without a second thought. They were like, I'm out. And then they found other spaces in the same industries that had flexibility. So that's it. So employer, can do something about that. You really could. Number two, um, a big one, and there's a couple of pieces here. It was poor, toxic, and hostile, right? But we don't want toxic or hostile workspaces. I mean, that no one is saying that you stay in a place that, I mean, hostile work environments are not acceptable, nor is toxic. But poor work experiences happen. I mean, it would be wonderful if we all could go to our places and spaces and love every moment of it. I mean, even some of the folks that you think are happiest at their jobs, do they I mean, is it every day rainbows and sunshine? It probably isn't. But the work experiences can be um, more favorable. And that's great management style. That depends on work culture and, of course, productivity and results. Because, we're not there just to be there to be happy. We're there to work. And that's a real deal. But there is ways that the way you experience work can be more favorable. And employers, managers, here's what we know: people do not leave companies. They don't. They leave managers. That's what they're leaving. So a lot of times, please look at the folks that you have just promoted into managerial staff. I mean, granted, the ones that's been there a while can be another forever learner and learn some new things. But a lot of time is that person who was a superstar. They were great at what they did. Oh, they were wonderful. Now they're in the position of leading people. Now, if you didn't see some people management and people leadership when they were a technician, I don't know what you're going to do when you put them in the position of being the boss, right? Some folks got ego trips. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Managing people is a skill and it takes time and development. Invest in your people to learn how to be great managers. That would be a great thing to do. But anyway, and what I'm saying, the reason I'm saying all that people don't leave businesses, they leave companies, they don't leave companies or businesses, they leave managers, is this is what creates the work experience. It's literally the direct mano e mano with the staff, right? That's it. That's what's up. Does my boss have my back? When I come in, do I feel like I'm a servant? Don't is it when I leave this job? I mean, there's some folks that cry at work. I don't get it personally, but I've seen it. But so it shouldn't be that way. So again, short story, they're out of here when you have a terrible work experience. Which lines up with the work experiences is next one. I mean, if you have a better work experience, one would assume you listen to your people. The folks feel their value. They feel that they've been heard. And I understand not you can't everything can't be a poll. Everything can't be, well, what do you think about? There are times a leader has to lead and make decisions, but a good leader still listens to his trusted advisors. I mean, you make them up your mind, but you listen, let your folks be heard. And again, not being valued. A lot of the folks who are your long termers, they've been there with you a while. After a while, like you might think they're going to stay there because they're so used to this. People want to feel appreciated. People want to be valued. They want to know that what they do matters. So good managers, a good a corporate culture can help folks to feel this way and to listen, be heard and to be listened to. I mean, come on, okay, I want, tomato, tomato. Okay, we're still talking about the red fruit, but if there's something really going on, listen to them. Don't just tolerate, but listen to your folks. Because if you listen to them, you would see the reduction in that big shift that's happening right now. So that's the big number three. And here it is. This signifies what I just said before. Bad bosses. And I know bosses are people too. They are. We're all humans, but there are some bosses. I mean, what folks zeroed in on is simply this: lack of leadership, lack of vision, lack of inspiration. Yes, you should have your people's back. Yes, you should inspire your team. Yes, you should. Now, are you their best friend? Of course not. Shouldn't be. That's my opinion. Mm-mm. But we are saying that a leader needs to lead and manage and have the respect of the folks that he works with. Yes, there'll be times for confrontation. Yes, there'll be times for, some real talk about real stuff. But that will be respected because they respect you and you respect them. So terrible bosses is another reason, maybe the main reason, like I said earlier, why people are leaving. So here's the case in point here. I asked this question by poll, and the LinkedIn poll closed not too long ago, actually. I think I left it open for 7 days, and it was like, would you stay? What would keep you from quitting? Like, would you stay if you had got more money? They offered you like more money for what you do, or a great boss. Which one of those two would keep you from quitting today? Like you had it, you've been at this place, and this every day is something else, but they gave you more money, or if it was a great boss. And what was interesting, I mean, I was at 100% up until day one, but then one person did say they want some more money. They would stay for the money. So I was going to tell you I was 100%, but that's okay. But the survey, the big winner was, believe it or not, there it is, a better boss. A better boss. If you have a great boss, they will reward you with more money. I mean, money is, we all need it. Don't get me, listen, we all got to pay them bills, right? We got to pay them bills. But it's deeper than that. I mean, if you're just at that job for the money, you're already upside down. But there's nothing, if you have a great boss, which can help with the corporate culture, and you're valued, you're listened to, your ideas are respected, the person has your back, the person is interested in your promotability. Because look, when you have a great boss and he has a great team, the team is moving up, the boss is moving up too. It's all a good thing. But the great boss is definitely a winner. So what does it mean for you and your career, for those I quit or not, or if you would quit or stay? A couple of good things it means right now. Well, to the employers, to the people who are managing the most important resource ever, which is your people, listen, value. Um, yes, there will be tough decisions. Yes, tough choices have to be made, but listen to your people, value their work, expect the best out of them, but also have their back. It goes all both ways. For those of you who are looking to do something different, if you're looking to do something different, make sure while you're interviewing, okay, that you're asking questions so that you'll know what you're getting into. It's more than just skills and knowledge, ability, and salary. I know everybody's so stuck on the salary, but you better make sure that if you're leaving one company for a reason and you're getting ready to go to another one, that you understand. Again, people don't leave companies, they leave bad management. Make sure you have questions or follow up or something in your interviewing strategy or how you vet this next opportunity, that you're not getting to a worse management situation. Okay, that's what's really the important thing. So, hey, that's what we found out. That's, people don't leave companies, they do leave managers. So make sure you join us every Monday right here at 12 noon. These little segments are about 10 to 15 minutes long, sometimes longer depending on your questions. But we are here to answer any question that you may have. We will stream this live, of course, on our YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, do so you don't miss anything when we do come on live here. So again, I want to thank you so much for being a part of our broadcast. If you have a question later, all you have to do is leave comments. You can look at all the comments I usually get. And I get some really interesting ones, but they're all important. You know why? Because I listen to my people. In fact, I want to thank one of our viewers last week who asked me a question right during this broadcast about aging and how that's impacting folks who are over 40 getting a job. I used that question today. It's going to be I'm going to do a video about it, but I also thought it'd be important to talk about on TV. So thank you so much for that question. You know who you are. It was important, and it was really important that people hear my response to it as well. But thank you for that. So again, when you have a question or comment, some of the stuff is stuff that everybody else is asking. They're just not bold enough to ask it. So do it, and then you never know, you might get promoted somewhere. So thank you again so much for your questions or comments. Have a great Monday. Make it fantastic. I know I will. Remember, we're only a click or a call away. So don't get anxious. Get prepared. I'll see you live next week. Be blessed.